there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on the west coast of Canada. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe on this Monday evening. It is March the 31st, 2025, and it's the last day of the month. I thought I'd jump in here real quick and catch you up on some things that have been going on here. If you're happening across this channel for the very first time, I've set this channel up to talk about all of my yarny adventures. That's in knitting, crocheting. I talk about my acquisitions, where I purchase my yarn or tools of my craft from. So if that's of interest, then please stick around. For those who are returning, I want to welcome you back. I want to send out a special thank you for all the happy birthday wishes that I read in the last few videos. I was mentioning that I was celebrating my birthday. It came and went, and I got ill after my birthday. So I had a few days at home resting up, and I have had, some gifts that are arrived. So I want to show those as well from people on the YouTube streets. And I also purchased a few of my own gifts that arrived before my birthday, and I'm eager to show those. So some of these are Canadian hand dyers, and I believe there might be a few other things to show as well. Some fun gifts as well that I'm going to share with you on the channel, as well as a couple of make-alongs that I'm going to join. So yes, let's get stuck into it because there's a lot to cover. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is, what am I wearing? It is a knitted brioche cowl. I completed this maybe 3.5 years ago. This may have been my third try at completing a brioche piece, and I absolutely enjoyed working with this yarn. It was one of my bougie yarns that I had pulled out. I was kind of putting it to the side for something really nice to make, and so when I was using it, I was enjoying it. So it's 2-color, and I didn't run to any pattern. I was sort of playing around with shaping myself, like doing the sort of decrease in as it went up along the structure of the cowl. And so it actually has brioche and stranded color work. When I did the stranded color work, it was a tighter kind of fit. Where I did the brioche, it was a lot more looser. So I'm calling it my nested brioche cowl. There's no pattern to it. It was just me playing around with notes in my journal, my yarn journal that I keep, and wanting to use these two wonderful bougie yarns in colors that I love. So yeah, that's me. I'm going to move now on to talk about my first purchase that I made. This is a birthday purchase that I personally made to a website here in Canada. It's a yarn dyer across in Alberta, which is the next province across from British Columbia where I am at. And I made it on March the 12th, 2025. The website that I found is called Rosehill Yarns, and I'll add all the details on anything that I might mention, like a yarn store, or if there's a YouTube channel, or if there's a tutorial or a pattern. It'll all be down in the description box below. So go there if you want to find out a little bit more details, or if you want to link to something. Now, Rosehill Yarns, I did get a little snippet of purchasing some of their yarns at a yarn festival that I was at. And I absolutely loved the bouquet of minis that I purchased. So I did go across to take a look at whether, because I wanted to spoil myself, whether they had any mini sets. So I was quite, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but I was really super stoked and surprised to see that they have many monthly clubs that I could join. Now, I could choose to just month to month, or I could choose a bundle of 3. And they had various different options for me to go on. So it might be a little confusing when you go to their website first to see all the different choices. But after reading all the descriptions underneath the thumbnails, then I was assured that I was on the right one. So you choose your yarn weight, you choose whether or not you want like tonal, or whether you want something variegated. So I did choose the tonal, and I chose the fingering weight. So I bought myself one of those. I bought a couple of full skeins, like 100 gram skeins, and I also got another set of minis as well. All my price points that I'm going to give you will be in Canadian currency, so wherever you are in the world, you can convert it back to your home currency and figure out whether or not it is of good value. Now, just to kind of notice that it is, or announce that it is, a yarn dyer, small batches, and it is very artisan focused. So there's a lot of hands-on time in the process with the dyer. And so there's at multiple levels, you know, there's a talent that's involved with choosing the colors and making sure that they set. And then there's stages of like getting, you know, the rinsing cycle through, and also then drying it and, you know, caring for the yarn. So I have no issues. I don't splurge often, but because it is my birthday, or was my birthday because I had it last week, I wanted to make sure that I got some of this beautiful yarn. So without further delay, let's look at the yarn, shall we? I'll start, because I was talking about minis and the clubs. So I'll start with the club first. This is the month of March. We're on the last day, so I don't think that I'm spoiling anyone's like surprise here. When I made the purchase, the kind and generous person who reached out to me wanted to know whether I wanted the March month or if I wanted to go for the April month, because they were kind of shipping, or they had them ready at the same time. And I said, let's go with the March month, because you know what? March is my birthday and I wanted to get the colors for March. So here they are here. Unfortunately, you can't really read the label very well, because it is a foil, like it's like a gold reflective printed, maybe that's the best that I can do here. It says Rose Hill Yarns in this lovely leafy design, kind of halo around the words. Yeah, but this is the club for March, and it is called March Woodlands Whimsy. It's the fingering weight yarn, and the mini set has 5 20 grams. So that's 100 grams all together. It's offering up 92 yards, which probably is around 87, 88 meters. And it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. They've got here on the care instructions to hand wash in cold water and lay flat to dry. So yeah, I absolutely love these colors. And what I'm getting here is like a mushroom color. I'm getting like a rusty brown, almost like, yeah, I would say that's a reddish, a deep maroon with some brown in it. And then I've got this periwinkle. It's slightly light. Yeah, it's a light periwinkle, I'd say. And this ruby red, which is lovely. And this one here is a very dark teal, leaning more to green in my mind. Kind of like sits right in the middle of green and blue, but I'm seeing more green in there. So yeah, absolutely love it. I will work them all together because I just love the combination of these. And because it was March, I want to keep them all together. I might even choose a base color for all of them to play in. I have seen lots of different patterns that use a base color and then sporadically will drop in really strong, rich colors. And I think this will work nicely in a pattern like that. So this one was, the club was $35. So I was happy with that. I don't know whether I'll do it again though, because this was a bit of a splurge. But who knows, once I finish using up my minis, I do have a number of them to get through. I might go back and get some more from these mini tonal sets. And I also got 5 in this mini set. Absolutely love this. They had this beautiful yoke that was done in these colors and stranded like ferrule work almost. And I fell in love with the colors. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So this one is January's atomic color called Champagne Tonal Set. So this one was on discount. I'm not sure. I might have just got $4 off here because I'm seeing here that the set was 31 Canadian. Again, the same values and same washing care instructions are on the label. This one I'm getting also, I want to see whether they're the same colors. No, slightly different. I thought that maybe they were sort of a mushroom set, but one is slightly a bit more brown than the other one. So yeah, I got another mushroom color. I got this gold orange. I also got another one that looks like a lighter teal, and this one here, which is a beautiful green. I love this. That's an olive green. So I thought these would make a lovely example as well. Now, even when I look at all of these together, there's a similarity there of the two mushrooms having slightly a different hue. Then there is the two teals that are one slightly a bit lighter. And so they kind of relate to one another. I could actually use them all in the same project. Okay, next thing that I've got here are the full hanks, and I'm seeing here that this one here is also the fingering weight, and I'm just going to see whether it's the same base. Yes, it's the same sock base, and it's called Starstruck as the name. This is 100 grams, and I'm getting 463 yards, which probably equals to maybe 420 meters. I'm just guessing, 420 meters. And same care instructions to hand wash in cold water and to lay flat. But look at that color, Starstruck. That is beautiful. I love this so much. So there's the label. I don't know whether you can see that. Still got that shine on it. Rosehill yarns. And this one was, Starstruck was $31. Absolutely love that. And I also got, it's, what would you call it? Like a navy blue. I also got this one here, which is called Cherry Pit. Same ingredients, same breakdown, same base, just the color is a beautiful red. Like I don't know whether it's really cherry red, but it does have a nice like a tonal value to it. I'm thinking of putting these two together in a color project, and maybe even making another one of these cowls in this beautiful red and navy blue. Not too sure, but yeah, these were all the yarns that I got. So it was the cherry pit, sorry, was 31 as well. So 31 and 31. And these two beautiful bundles of joy, those were the colors that I got from Rosehill Yarns. Oh, absolutely love how rich they are. Okay, let's talk about the shipping. So shipping came to me via Canada Post. As mentioned, it did ship from Alberta to British Columbia in about 7 days. I'm going to say about 7 days. And the cost of the shipping was $12. The taxes on what I just said to you for the amounts was $12. So all up, I think I got a pretty good deal. I did splurge. It was my birthday, so I'm not used to doing things like that. But yes, I'm super happy with them. So now I'm going to put this away. I'll stop the camera and I'll go on to some presents that I got. Happy Mail, as well as some Coworker presents that I can show and share with you. See you soon. Okay, so the first thing that I have here is a card from Emme Phillips. Hi, Emme. And I love her, Emme's cards. She's sending along 2 cats in pineapple hats. And I am apparently the one on the left, which is probably your right when you're watching this. And Emme is the one on the right. So I love this. It's awesome. I have read the card, but I won't read it here on the video. I can just read you what's been printed in the card as the card was purchased. It says here, we're both so dang cute. No wonder we're friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, a few things dropped on the ground here. So let me just collect them. Sorry about this. They fell out. So I got some wonderful stickers that I'm going to put on the next journal that I purchase because I finished my journal. And these are all yarn inspired little stickers. So we got knit fast, dye warm, and yarn balls. These are awesome. Thank you so much, Emme. I really appreciate them. So card will go up here somewhere in the background. The next thing I got was from a YouTuber, and her channel is Judy's Creations in Crochet. Hi, Judy. And she surprised me with this package. I wasn't even expecting this to arrive, but there it was in my letterbox. When was it? I checked it today, actually. Maybe it was Sunday. And it was sitting in there because I hadn't been feeling very well after my birthday. And this was the pick-me-up that I needed. So, excuse me, here is the card. And I absolutely love this card. A lot of thought has gone into this because I do like my nature walks. I don't think I would ever camp in a tent like that, but there you have it. I'm used to like lighting fires and having like a little bonfire, and I love my nature walk. So that's what's happening here in the corner with these people. And thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful card, Judy. Yeah. Not only did I get that wonderful card, which will go up here behind me, I also got some squishy yarn, which who doesn't love squishy yarn? So here's the first one here. It is in these, it's almost like a retro Christmas color set, and it's a sock set. Now, I believe I did go back and try to find where this was on Judy's channel, and it was a mystery sock set, I believe. And if you don't know who Judy is, you have to go across and check her out because she covers so much about hand-dyed yarns. There's also a new segment that she's introduced. I think it started this year or maybe last year, about reviewing some of the more interesting yarn fibers that are out there beyond the usual merino. So she's talking about Romney, or this one I believe is one of the ones that she picked up, Tagi. And yeah, so if you're ever wanting to know a little bit more about yarn fibers, Judy's got it for you there, along with a multitude of different things. She's got makealongs that she hosts, and she also covers Canadian yarn hand dyers and designers, and she is also very brilliantly talented with her crochet hook. So yeah, let's get back to this. On the ball band here, it's got woolens and nosh and a cute little sheep standing on a pie. And the colorway is called Christmas with Le Garçon. Superwash Tagi fingering, 90% superwash Tagi, 10% nylon. It's a 3-ply, so it's a fingering weight, offering up 411 yards. Again, if I'm talking meters, that's probably had a approximate, maybe 360 to 370 meters. And it's 100 grams in this big one, but it doesn't give me the grams of the smaller one. So I don't know whether that's a bonus little mini there, but to me, just by looking at it, that one does look like it has around 20 grams easily, 25 grams maybe. But yeah, it's a beautiful mystery color sock set. So yeah, I don't normally make socks, but I think this one might be an exception to the rule, knowing that some of those colors might stripe up beautifully in a small tube, other than using like a small tube, maybe around 8 inches circumference to 9 inches circumference. I might not see the effect of the stripes playing out if it gets wider than that. But yes, I might give it a go. Thank you, Judy. That's really kind. Now, this blew me away. I don't know anything about this yarn, only that it was in a clear bag. The card did not mention this yarn, so I'm not sure whether it came from a festival or if it was a set that was purchased at the same time as the mystery sock set. But I absolutely love these colors. I really do. So, excuse the crinkle. I'll just take it out of here so it doesn't make noise as I'm showing you. But these are how they were set inside the bag. And I'm just noticing now that there's a progress keeper or a stitch marker with a wonderful charm on it. And that is in the shape of a shell, like a conch shell. And I love these colors. It's wonderful and soft. I would say out of 5. I haven't rated any of these yarns, but out of a 5, this is definitely going to rate 3.75 to 4. It's very squishy and has a nice twist to it. So it's a medium to high twist. And I just love all these colors. They need to stay together in a project. So what we have here is like it's like a almost olive color, like a bright olive. And then here we have greens and taupey. No, not taupey. It's more like caramel color. And then this one also is a golden orangey brown. And the last one here, this darkest color, to me looks like it's got purple in it, but more of the maroon and darker plum, almost a plum color. Yeah, I think that they're going to work up lovely. So I'm going to keep them together and think of something that I can put them all in to a project. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much. Each of these are quite possibly 25 grams of yarn. So that it seems more than 25 grams to me when I'm holding it. I'm going to say that they're probably 50, they're half skeins, so they're 50 grams each. Yeah, that is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You've spoiled me. Oh, I'm seeing down here, these are my latest craze that I've been loving using. And these are the needle stoppers. And I believe that I received a few others from Judy in the past, maybe some llamas. And now I've got little ski hats, like toques is what we call them here in the west part of Canada. And these are from a, is it an Etsy seller? No, it's from a seller that has their web address here called foxandpinestitches.com. I'll make sure that I'll put that down in the description box so that you can go and visit them, because they have such great little novelty things. Yeah. And in there is also a bunch of stickers, again, to go in my new journal that I've got to purchase. These are saying things like, never forget how wildly capable you are. I think that's wildly capable. And oh, I don't know whether that is a flying llama or is it just leaping. It could be doing either. And a lovely crescent moon and flower. Also in here, I'm seeing another stitch marker. Actually, 2 stitch markers. So this one is more of a, looks like a bell and a black gem of some sort. Lovely. Thank you so much. Now I'll put these away and I'll go on to the next thing that I'm going to show you. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, the next thing I have to show you is from my coworker. We share the same office space, and there was a box that was waiting for me when I went back to work. Here it is here. And it was wonderfully wrapped, and my workstation was inundated with paraphernalia of happy birthday balloons and stickers and all that wonderful stuff. And there's like a crown in there as well for me to wear, which I didn't wear. But inside of the box, I absolutely thought this was a brilliant gift, is a figurine that stands, that you can sort of manipulate and put this figurine in different poses. It's meant to be me, and the figurine is knitting. So I absolutely love it. He's knitting something green. The glasses were made by my coworker, and I think that's brilliant. So you might see this little guy. We have to give him a name. I know that he's modeled after me, but he can have his own name. So I'll have my man form, my mannequin over there. His name's Hank, and this one could have another name. You can help me choose one for him. Yeah, so you leave it in the comment section if you want to give this little character a name. I'll just put him over there for now. So that was a present that I said I wanted to talk about too. So now we're going to cover some make-alongs. I'm trying to keep this going really quickly so I don't extend too long with this video. So there are 2 make-alongs that I'm going to be joining for the month of April, and one of them will be going ending the end of April, but the other one will be continuing on to, I believe, June. So I will leave the details down below in the description box for you to go across and discover more of the intricate details should you want to join in as well. And yeah, so I've been looking forward to joining some make-alongs this year as well, and because we're now sitting on the 4th month, I haven't partaked of any of the make-alongs. So this season I'm going to be doing a few of them. So the first one that I'm joining is Judy's Creations in Crochet. She has a monthly butterfly for she'll present it in the beginning of the month, and then there's information about colors that you use from the butterfly, and then she gives the date on when you can send in your photographs. And I wanted to join in on a few of them before, but as I said, I got caught up with life and also finishing up really big projects that I was concentrating on, but now I feel like I can breathe. So yeah, I will put the photograph here of the butterfly and show the colors that I have chosen. Now, hopefully Editing Gary has put the butterfly up there. I would like you to go across and watch the video where she presents the guidelines of what's needed to be done, and I'll link it down below in the description box, because I don't know all the details, but all I know is that there's a photo up here, and I'm going to be showing you some wonderful colors that I think might match. Now, Judy says that you don't need to pick all colors in the picture, but you can use one if you like, or if you can find some other colors in the butterfly, then you can use those colors as well. So I am choosing these here. Now these are all hand-dyed yarns. I've got a healthy leftover here of Madeline Tosh. It was in the, I don't know whether it was the Tweed. It might have been the Tweed, or it might have been just one of a kind. So that's the color there. I love it. It has jades. It has more yellow and then more bluish greens. It has a cool tone to it. Then this one here is a Madeline Tosh Tweed, and it is 90% superwash merino wool and 8% viscose, 2% nylon. And this one is in the color called Cardigan. Now this one might be a little bit too bright for the green that is in there, but I'm seeing some green on the outside. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to use this one, but I thought a little bit of this and this together might dull that brightness down just slightly. And I'm also using this, which is a hand-dyed yarn, and it's Canadian. It's by Kuju, and it's their KPPPM base. The colorway is called Reef, and it has lots of the greens in them. So ranging from more of the aquamarine green or the aqua green to more of the yellow, what would you call that, sort of like a seaweed green. Yeah, so I'm going to put all three of these together in a project. Now I haven't chosen what project I want to do yet. I have a feeling that it might be a pattern that only requires just under 2 hanks or 200 grams. And I have been looking at one called Brass and Steam, which is a 1 skein, but because I have more yarn here, I might be able to repeat one of the sets one more time, so it makes it slightly bigger. It is a small scarfachie, and it's in a triangle shape, so I might be able to get it slightly a bit bigger using all of these colors. So yeah, hopefully Editing Gary has taken down that that picture of the butterfly. So that one will be running, and I will need to complete it and submit it by the end of April 2025. But I'm double dipping, and there is another make along that another friend is doing here on the YouTube streets, and that's Jax. Hi Jax, and she is at the channel Creations by Jax. If you haven't gone across and met up with Jax before, you'll be in for a treat, because I love the way she invents her language. She has this flavorful way of being effervescent and always uplifting. I know that she's been a little under the weather lately, so I'm sending all of my prayers for her to get better. And yeah, so she's hosting a make-along, and she's asking people to hashtag their make-along. Hashtags JaxItUp 2025, and I want to also let everyone know about it because I think it's a great idea. Its requirement is to use hand-dyed yarn, so I had a feeling that her instructions were to use yarn that is of a small hand dye company, like a smaller, not a big box store like Lion Brand has hand dyed yarn, but you go to more of the boutique sellers, so Madeline Tosh or Kuju, which is Canadian hand dyer, will be the types of yarn. But I will link the video where she describes it down below in more detail. And there was a change in her deadline. So she was going only to the 4th of May, which was her podiversary date, but now she's extended it to June. So we have more time to work on our wonderful hand-dyed makes and hashtag them Jacks It Up 2025. I think that's right. I don't think that there's a Mel in there. Jacks It Up Mel? No, I think it's Jacks It Up 2025. And yeah, so I will leave all the hashtag and also the instructional videos from both of these content creators down below in the description box. Just go over and visit, say hi, and see whether or not one of these make-alongs would be for you. Yeah, I think that catches you up with everything. And I'm just looking around frantically. Have I covered everything? I think I have. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot more better than last week. As I mentioned, I got under the weather a bit and things were slowed down a lot, but now I can say I'm feeling a lot better, so I can get back to working on my projects, and I have some finished works to show in the next video, and pretty much made some small progress on some of the projects that I started last time that we did an update. So I'll talk to you about them then. And keep well. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.